Hello, Pinup Miami here, and today I'm going to show you an easy DIY that you could do at home with like old t-shirts, fabric, old dresses, with anything, any scraps of fabric that you have at home, and you could match any outfits. So yes, today is maybe an easy DIY on how to make a headband. I am trying to figure out like the setup. So I have two angles going on so you can see hands-on what we are doing, and I could talk and you can see me as well. And I have an ironing board, so make sure to hit that like button if you're watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I have my glasses today because I need to see so I don't get burned. And the other angle might be a little laggy because it's my cell phone, but you'll see everything that I'm doing here. I wanted to make it really easy for you guys. If you don't know who I am, my name is Pinup Miami. I host events. I love bringing content to women and anybody to build confidence through my love of pinup and rockabilly. Oh yeah, and my nails are yellow because I dyed my hair and nails are very porous, so the color just stays on there. But yes, so let's get started. The materials that we're gonna use is a hot glue gun. You could use a hot glue gun, or E600, or fabric glue. Oh, and also I have all the materials in the description below. We're gonna use a wire. I usually go for a thicker one than this, but I did not go out. We can't see that. And I pre-cut everything. So this is 36 inches long. A scissor, your fabric of choice. I had scraps. I had scraps of the fabric that I used for. Oh, there's a high pitch hum. Let me try to fix that. Is there an now? Let me know. It's because I have two cameras going. Maybe they're interfering. I'm sorry about that. And then we get your scrap of fabrics. This is the fabric that I used for my boyfriend's Valentine's Day. And it is 36 inches long, 6 inches high. Super cute. So, oh, and pins, just in case, because you never know when you're going to need them. And there's a very strong magnet. I love this one because it has such a strong magnet, so in case you like drop them, you just pick them up. Especially on the floor, because you don't want to pick them up and get pinched. Okay, so we're going to start off with our long piece of fabric, and we're going to fold it and iron it. Oh yeah, and an iron. I have my ironing board here. I know it slides here. So we're going to take our piece of fabric and fold it the right side, meaning the part where it has the pattern, fold it on top. And it's a long piece. So we're just going to sew it just to create a crease so we know where half of our fabric is. And I love my iron because it is cordless. So it's perfect for this situation. So, just iron all the way through. This is just to create a base to know where our middle is and keep everything in place. So I'm just pressing it just to create a crease. Now you're going to fold it in half again. And then we are going to cut. I don't need this anymore for now. Move my mouse. So then you're going to fold, and at the end here, we're going to do a corner. Where's my camera here? We're going to cut. Oh my gosh. It's very confusing. Here we go. We're gonna cut an angled but arched angle towards the ends. Are you still hearing the? Let me know. So here, you're just gonna create. We don't want it to be straight. We want it to be nice and soft. A little arch right there. And then since we're doing the ends, we're gonna also get our wire and grab like 3 fingers, bring them down to create a loop and wrap the wire. Make sure to wrap it enough so the ends don't stick out and poke you through the headband. And leave the loop looking like that. And do it onto the other side. 3 fingers. Let me see if it's this over here. Alright. So wrap it. Make sure to hide the end. And there you go. You have your wire set for the ends. Now that we have this folded, we are going to glue all the way around, but not gluing one end. So here we go. Now I'm using the hot glue because it's the easiest thing that most people have at home. If you want something more sturdy, the sturdiest way to do this headband is to use a sewing machine. But I knew everyone would have this at home. You could use E600, which I would say is the second sturdiest. So I just wanted to do something easy that everyone could do. So you're gonna just put pieces of do it little by little, and it's gonna be hot. So I used one of my pins to just hold it down. You can use a toothpick if you're strong enough. Do it. If you're like heat resistant, well, nobody's heat resistant, but you know what I mean. So take your time and go all the way around towards the edge, and make sure not to leave any gaps. I like this comment. Look at that. You're wrapping wire and you're getting ready for fishing. Alright. So then just keep going. And then keep pressing. And don't worry if you're not a good cutter. I usually cut, when I make my dresses, I cut on the electric scissor because I can't keep a straight cut. But this doesn't matter because when you glue it, you're making sure everything's even. So if you have any edges that are just off, this will help. So don't be worried if your cutting is not even. So just keep going. Press down. And I learned that the dollar store sells glue sticks. I haven't seen any difference if they're worse or better, but they work. So this is perfect for Rockabilly Q pops up and you need like a cute little hair accessory, or if you're home and you know need something to do and you have extra fabric pieces, or you know every time I sew I always have extra pieces of fabric around. This is a great way of using them and not letting them go to waste. So if you were sewing, you would do the same process, but on a sewing machine. And you see I'm going straight to the edge so there's no like gaps. But I don't want the glue to dry, so that's why I'm going little by little. All right, we're almost at the end here. Oh, thank you, Sarah. This is my craft table. All right, now that we're getting towards the end, we're gonna leave it open, right where the curve begins. Just press it down. Make sure there's no heat coming out of it. I'm not gonna use scissors anymore. All right, so now we have our long piece with the wrong side up. And now we're gonna flip it so it can be the right side up. So you're gonna softly flip. Now you could use like a shish kebab skewer and put a stick in there to help it switch. Or you could just do what I'm doing and like pick and pull. I do have a stick somewhere. And it's so satisfying. It's like a little magic trick. You get to see the front side of the fabric. So yeah, if you close it all with glue, you won't be able to flip it over. So take your time. And pull. So we're just flipping it over. To grab a little piece in there and then pull from the ends. Pull. Pull, pull, pull. Almost there. So I'm just sticking my finger in there and pulling, trying to grab a little piece and pulling it out. And then at the point there, kind of get a nice little sharp point. This is when a stick would really be helpful. I don't have a stick here. Well, it came out. A nice little round edge. Now, I personally like to press it so everything looks nice. So we're going to go back to the ironing. It's just an extra step. And just press everything to be nice and flat. And you could use that, you'll see the seam here that we ironed before. Use that as a guide to know where to lay it down. That's why I did it, to keep everything nice and beautiful. Start off a little bit there. See, look at the before, and now you'll see the after. And that way there's no wrinkles for when you use it. Now, if you do sew it on a sewing machine, you could also do a top stitch, meaning a little stitch on the top of the fabric. That's again personal preference. So we're just pressing it. As you can see, you don't need a sewing machine. Pressing everything down. Nice and beautiful. Alright. Now, before I put the iron away, I like to press the ends here. So this is the open end. We're gonna hot glue it closed, but we don't want it just glued like this towards the bottom because you'll see all the raw edges and it won't look nice, especially since that part is going to be in the front if you're showing it in the front. So what we're going to do is you're going to fold and press it. So that way it's easier when you're going to hot glue it down that you have a nice clean edge. So let me show you. So follow, where's the camera? So you're going to follow here and press. Now to make it easier, you could use a pin because you could iron over this. And we just need it to be flat. So iron. Again, this is to make our lives easier. Remove that. And pin it down. And so. And leave the tip for last because you're just going to fold it in and make it flat at the end. And be careful so you don't burn your cute little fingers. Again, you could use a shish kebab or a pin, you know, pin everything down. And then the tip, just bend it a little in, fold it in, I mean. Ow. All right, so we have that ready for when we're gonna sew it shut. You'll see that it's nice and like folded, like flat. Makes it easier. All right, let's remove this. All right. So now we are going to take our wire and stick it in the fabric. So make sure you have your loop how you want it. And we're just going to slide it in. Roxy, say hi. That's my doggy. So, make sure to keep it straight so it doesn't bend. Hello, Jackie. Hey. All right, hold on. I'm having it should just slide in. If you're having issues, you can just pick it up where it is. I know it looks like I'm invisibly putting something in. I also do have a tool I could use, but I'm trying not to cheat. It seems to be getting stuck with the glue. Oh no, it's not. It's because I had my finger in the wrong place. Stretch it out, almost there. And you want to be careful you don't bend it unnecessarily. So that's why. So you can't really see it there, but I am just pushing the fabric over, then pushing it back. Slowly but surely we will make it to the end. So the reason we're putting the wire, I mean, you could use a scarf like this and just close it, but the wire gives it a little more like oomph. And more like life to it. So if you did a bow and you wanted the bows to stand up, they'll stand up. All right. Almost there. So I'm just playing with it to bring it all the way towards the end. And the hoop really, the reason we do the little hoop at the end is to fill in like the corners, again, to give it life to the scarf or the wrap. the wire head wrap. And there you go. Make sure it's nice and straight, but you can get the end. See here, bent in the middle. So just hold it and stretch. There you go. You can't see the wire, guys, but it's in here. And that's the point. So then, last step is to close up the ends. And as you see, we already ironed, so we know what to follow. So let me do it this way because we are going to iron it. All right. I mean, not iron it, hot glue it. So we're gonna hot glue, and like we did before, this one I'm gonna do even leader. Well, put hot glue on my finger. Make sure you get everything covered because if you have these little gaps, they might open and you'll see the seams. And we want it to be nice and tucked in and beautiful. And I glued it to the table. All right, let's remove that little piece. So follow your ironed fold, put the glue, and before it gets cold, close it up. See here, I missed a gap, but I'm just gonna go back. Oh, you can't see. And glue. And like I said, if it's too hot, if it was right there for me, I'm just gonna use this. And then we're almost there at the end. Fold in the ends here. This is probably the most frustrating part because it's so little. But you guys can do it. Alright, so then get your glue. Put it in there. Alright. And then hold it in. Can you guys see my oh, what is that? Oh, that's just the glue that got on my table. Let me try to trim that glue. Alright, so that is my finished edge there. Look at how pretty, nice and clean. Now y'all could go crazy making these for your next Zoom meeting. So next week I'm going to show different hairstyles to do with this wrap. So stay tuned. But let's see. And that's it, guys. Easy. Let me just show you what it looks like before I put it on. It has the wire, so you could fold, put however. You know, I used a thinner one, but if you want more structure, go for an 8mm gauge. I'm using the jewelry one. So, yeah, look. Super pretty. No sewing machine. I know a few people requested for me to do more crafts. But, so, then you just wrap it. And there you go. See? Don't the hair is not prepared for this, but you see how it has a little oomph. Yeah, see? Let's see what you get. So yeah, the wire, yeah, it feels more secure. You can like stand up the ends, especially since you have the round. So I really like this. I hope you guys use this, like, and that's why I wanted to show it in real time on my live, so you guys can see step by step how easy it is. If I look, it took 23 minutes, but I really took my time trying to explain. But if you sit there and you're in the mood or watching a TV show, you can easily just be doing all these. And next week, I am going to show how to style them in 3 different easy hairstyles. So make your easy headband, and then next week, join me and I will show you 3 different hairstyles you can do with your headband. It'll be a lot of fun, easy, quick, good for like if you're on the go. And this that you learned today is good for if you want to match your outfits, match your masks. If you're making your own masks, you should be making your own headband, because mask and headband is a cute accessory for the new normal. Well, guys, I want to say thank you for joining in. You already know next Sunday you could find me on my YouTube or on the Rockabilly Q Facebook page. I'm going to show you 3 hairstyles you could do with your newly made wired headband. And follow me on Instagram if you want to follow me for my fashion, other live events, or send me a DM if you have any ideas of something you'd like to learn. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. I do have a podcast that airs on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and on my YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out. It's every Wednesday. It's called the Pin Podcast. Thank you and have a safe Sunday. I love you all.